I am a minor celebrity, barely known in the industry. I've been in a secret relationship with my girlfriend, Julia Carter, watching her rise from obscurity to stardom. To better support her, I turned down numerous roles and sought out influential people to help her gain resources. After 13 years of our relationship, she finally won the Best Actress award. Julia had her first live interview after winning the award. The live stream was incredibly popular. When asked about her relationship status, she suddenly shed tears and accused me of threatening and controlling her. The moment I was restrained by the security personnel on site, I realized it had all been part of her long-planned scheme. Julia Carter had her first live interview after winning the award. In the front row sat Samuel Johnson, the CEO of the entertainment company she was about to sign with. The live stream was incredibly popular. I sat in the last row of the audience, staring at Julia on stage with a foolish smile on my face. Out of the corner of my eye, I noticed someone glancing at me, and I instinctively pulled my hat down.
Julia, congratulations on your award. Your performance was phenomenal.
Thank you so much, it means a lot to me.
Now, we have a special treat for the fans. Due to popular demand, we have added a question. Julia, you don't mind, do you?
Not at all.
A few days ago, there were rumors that Julia has had a long-term boyfriend. Fans hope that amidst your busy work schedule, you can also enjoy a good life. Everyone is very concerned about your relationship status. Can you share a bit with us today?
My body tensed up, ready to react at any moment. My palms were sweaty, my fingertips trembling slightly, and my heartbeat felt like a stone suspended in midair, each beat filled with anxious tremors. The live stream's comments section exploded instantly.
So excited. Who's the lucky guy who won Julia's heart?
Could it be Alex Williams? They seemed so natural in the film, like a real couple.
Whoever Julia likes must be great. I support her no matter what.
Julia?
I knew Julia well. She was clearly flustered but still tried to maintain her elegant demeanor. To my surprise, she suddenly covered her face and started crying. My fists clenched involuntarily. No one could make Julia cry while I was around.
My heart aches for her. What's going on?
Who is it? Why is she crying?
I'm losing my temper here.
With the hosts comforting, Julia gradually calmed down and began to make a shocking statement.
I do have a long-term boyfriend, but it's not as the reports say. I was always afraid to speak out, but today, I want to use this platform to beg Michael Smith to leave me alone.
Her plea caused an uproar in the live stream chat.
Who is Michael Smith? How can he scare her so much? I can see Julia's hands trembling.
I'm so angry. My heart condition is acting up.
Don't be afraid, Julia. We, your fans, will protect you. Speak out boldly. We've got your back.
Julia's fans, affectionately called Bridge Rice Noodles, were in disbelief. Her acting skills were always top-notch, and even after 13 years of being together, I couldn't tell if her tears were real or fake at this moment.
To prevent more people from getting hurt, I choose to reveal everything today. Mr. Michael Smith has been controlling and threatening me for over 10 years. He installed a tracking system on my phone. Not only that, he often demands money from me, and I frequently suffer physical harm from him.
Julia lifted her dress, revealing bruises on her legs. The live stream chat went wild.
OMG. How could anyone treat our Julia like this?
My heart aches for her.
I found out it's Michael Smith, a minor celebrity who probably just uses his looks to deceive women.
Such a person should be kicked out of the entertainment industry.
Sis, report him to the police and get him out of the industry.
Boycott Michael Smith. Get him out of the entertainment industry.
A backstage award show live stream suddenly turned into a legal drama. The host, seemingly not expecting such a revelation, considerately handed over tissues, encouraging Julia Carter to continue.
I didn't dare to speak out before because he forced me to take private photos and threatened me. Now, I'm speaking up because I don't want more women to be deceived. As far as I know, he's also harassing other actresses in the same crew.
Her tears were genuine, her words piercing. If I weren't involved, I might have believed her story. 13 years of relationship, and this is how she defines it. She knew I had taken leave from the crew to support her today, my first time as the lead in a major production. She knew I was in the audience.
Isn't that Michael Smith in the last row with the baseball cap?
Oh my God, how creepy following her here. So suffocating.
Disgusting. I'm getting goosebumps.
Call the police. She can't be harmed by such a person anymore.
We will protect our goddess.
I foolishly wondered if this was a prank by the show. Until the security personnel restrained me and I saw the timely arrival of the police, I realized the host's question wasn't spontaneous. Julia Carter never once looked my way. The interview room was filled with a tense silence as Julia tried to compose herself. The host's question had hit a nerve, and everyone awaited her response.
Julia, could you share a bit about your relationship status with us today?
Julia's body tensed up, her palms sweaty and fingertips trembling slightly. Her heartbeat felt like a stone suspended in midair, each beat filled with anxious tremors. The live stream's comments section exploded instantly.
So excited. Who's the lucky guy who won Julia's heart?
Could it be Alex Williams? They seemed so natural in the film, like a real couple.
Whoever Julia likes must be great. I support her no matter what.
Julia?
The host couldn't help but prompt her. Julia tried to maintain her elegant demeanor, but to everyone's surprise, she suddenly covered her face and started crying. The night before the awards ceremony, after our intimate moment, she curled up in my arms and expressed her desire to make our relationship official.
My dear star, thank you for always being by my side. After the awards ceremony tomorrow, let's go public with our relationship.
Are you sure? You're at the peak of your career right now.
I'm sure. I kept it hidden before because I was afraid my health would be a burden to you. But yesterday, I got a call from the hospital saying it was a misdiagnosis, so I have no more worries.
Silly, what burden? I love you, and I'll take care of you no matter what. Julia lifted her head and kissed me repeatedly like a little chick pecking at grains.
Oh my gosh, you're so wonderful. I must have saved the galaxy in my past life to meet you. My dear star, I want you to revolve around me.
Yes, you're my little sun, and I'll always revolve around you. But I'm not as popular as you. You won't mind, right?
How can you say that? When we first met, you were way more popular than me. I was just a nobody, and you never looked down on me.
Her promise was so tempting that I forgot to question what kind of hospital would misdiagnose for 13 years. I secretly arranged a grand proposal at home. Ironically, before I could put the ring on her finger, I was handcuffed and taken to the police station. By now, she should be home and see the proposal I set up. I wonder if she regrets what she said during the live stream. The next day, I finally left the police station. Julia Carter's fans surrounded the entrance. She had indeed become a top star. Even at the police station entrance, I couldn't escape the frenzied retaliation of the rice noodle fans. Eggs, vegetables, and stones were thrown at me, accompanied by curses.
Go away, you jerk.
How dare you bully our goddess Julia? Go away.
Do you think you can do whatever you want because of your looks?
You're just a parasite living off your sister.
A large screen nearby displayed a video of Julia Carter affectionately linking arms with Samuel Johnson during an interview. I pulled a wry smile. My reaction seemed to provoke more anger. A sharp object was thrown, grazing my eye. Blood started dripping. The situation spiraled out of control. The police detained a few of the most aggressive troublemakers. I barely managed to escape under Linda Brown's protection.
Look at what you've done.
Yesterday's live interview was wildly shared online. My name topped the trending list. The comments were all scolding me.
What a scumbag. Does he have no shame? How dare he call himself Julia's boyfriend?
Look at his disgusting face. So gross.
I'm so angry. Julia has been bullied by him for so many years. My poor goddess.
A trending topic caught my attention. I clicked on it and enlarged the photo under the hashtag Samuel Johnson Julia Carter puffer jacket CP hashtag. The photo of Samuel Johnson escorting Julia Carter out of the studio was exceptionally clear, not at all like a candid shot.
Hope she can leave the past behind and start anew.
Only a man like Chris Evans deserves our goddess Julia. He takes such good care of her. Puffer jacket CP forever.
Samuel Johnson and Julia Carter, please get married right away.
She finally found the right person. No one can stop me. I'm bringing the marriage office to them.
I'm waving the flag for Puffer Jacket CP.
I think I understand why Julia Carter had me sent to the police. I had warned her so many times to stay away from Samuel Johnson, but she still chose him.
Mike, be honest. Are you and Julia Carter really together? Tell me what's going on so the PR team can figure out a strategy.
If I say we're a couple and I didn't do what she accused me of, will anyone believe me?
If you are a couple, why would she falsely accuse you? You two don't have any competing resources.
Exactly, even you don't believe she framed me.
Linda Brown, pragmatic as always, sighed.
Take me home. I'm a bit tired.
All right, get some rest today. The company has a lot of issues to deal with. This time your career might.
I put on my headphones, blocking out Linda's words. My mind was filled with the image of Samuel Johnson holding Julia Carter. I skillfully sneaked into Julia Carter's villa under the watchful eyes of various media. To be precise, this was the villa I bought for Julia Carter. We've been living together since we confirmed our relationship. To avoid paparazzi, I had long mastered the techniques. Julia Carter finally appeared in the evening, reeking of alcohol.
Mike, did they do anything to you?
I coldly pushed her hand away, questioning her about the accusations from yesterday.
Don't you owe me an explanation?
Mike, I'm sorry. I had no choice. I was forced.
Forced? By whom? Samuel Johnson? Did he make you say that? Threaten you with a contract?
Mike, I'm sorry. You know this is my rising period. Chris Evans Entertainment is the biggest and most powerful entertainment company in the country. As long as I can get into Chris Evans, I won't have to worry about resources in the future.
Is this the condition Samuel Johnson offered? To ruin me?
Mike, even if you don't have a job in the future, I won't abandon you.
You already abandoned me yesterday.
Mike, no, I love you.
You only love yourself. The tracking system on your phone was installed because you were harassed by a director while discussing a script and begged me in tears to install it. The bruises on your legs were from filming last week. What about me asking you for money? What about threatening you with intimate photos? Have I ever asked for your money? You were always afraid of the public knowing about our relationship. Do we even have intimate photos? The bank statements and photo evidence you provided to the police are all fake. Do you know that providing false evidence is illegal?
I almost laughed out of anger. I had long known that Julia Carter wasn't very educated, and all those qualifications in her bio were fake. She thought her team did a convincing job, not realizing how much effort I put in to cover it up. I knew she was foolish, but I didn't expect her to disregard the law so blatantly. Julia had no idea she was being played by Samuel Johnson, still stubbornly defending herself.
Mike, are you jealous because I'm with Samuel Johnson and you can't stand to see me happy?
Julia Carter, you overestimate your importance to me. From the moment you falsely accused me yesterday, our relationship was over.
I don't believe it. You love me the most. Look, this is the proposal setup you arranged.
Julia, we've been together for 13 years, not 13 months, not 13 days. Do you think I don't know what kind of person you are? I always thought I could wake you up with my love, but I was wrong. I wanted to put a ring on your finger, but you only wanted to put handcuffs on mine.
Mike.
Don't call me that. It disgusts me.
Mike, you know me. I just speak without thinking.
See, she knows she's wrong, but she still says it.
Julia, let's break up. Move out of my house within 10 days. I don't want to see your face again.
Michael, if I leave, I won't come back. Don't regret it.
Good riddance.
She couldn't wait to call Samuel Johnson before even leaving the villa.
Sam, I've broken up with Michael. Is David Clark going to give me that lead role or not?
The atmosphere was electric as the live stream began. Fans eagerly awaited Julia's response to the rumors about her relationship.
A few days ago, there were rumors that Julia has had a long-term boyfriend. Fans hope that amidst your busy work schedule, you can also enjoy a good life. Everyone is very concerned about your relationship status. Can you share a bit with us today?
My body tensed up, ready to react at any moment. My palms were sweaty, my fingertips trembling slightly, and my heartbeat felt like a stone suspended in midair, each beat filled with anxious tremors. The live stream's comments section exploded instantly.
So excited. Who's the lucky guy who won Julia's heart?
Could it be Alex Williams? They seemed so natural in the film, like a real couple.
Whoever Julia likes must be great. I support her no matter what.
Julia?
The host couldn't help but prompt her. I knew Julia Carter well. She was clearly flustered but still tried to maintain her elegant demeanor. To my surprise, she suddenly covered her face and started crying. The studio was buzzing with anticipation as the host turned to Julia with a gleam in his eye.
Julia, there have been rumors about you having a long-term boyfriend. Fans are eager to know more about your relationship status. Could you share a bit with us today?
Julia's body tensed up, her palms growing sweaty, and her heartbeat pounding like a drum. She tried to maintain her composure, but the anxiety was evident.
Julia?
Julia Carter, visibly flustered, attempted to keep her elegant demeanor. To everyone's surprise, she suddenly covered her face and burst into tears. The animal plush toys Emily Johnson sent were all custom-made, incredibly lifelike, and left a deep impression on me. Over the years, my home has almost turned into a zoo. To be honest, during the lonely days waiting for Julia Carter, those animals were my only companions. I carefully examined the girl in front of me again. Her high nose, small red lips, and delicate oval face formed a picture of beauty like a famous painting.
Has the company assigned you an artist?
The girl shyly lowered her head.
Actually, I came for you.
Me? Little sister, don't you go online? I'm not exactly a good person right now.
I know you were wronged.
You believe me just like that?
Emily Johnson nodded vigorously.
Let me be your assistant. I want to take care of you.
But right now,
I don't need money, just being by your side is enough.
are you a hater?
Seeing her face turn red with anxiety, I relented.
All right, my situation isn't great right now. Move in with me, or I'm afraid you'll get attacked by others.
As soon as we got home and settled in, Emily Johnson exclaimed.
Mike, something happened!
Something happened? In my current state, what else could go wrong? A new trending topic emerged. Hashtag Michael Smith agent reveals hashtag. As the saying goes, as a celebrity, you should never offend your agent. After a fallout, the agent, who knows the most dirt on the celebrity, can easily release information that confuses the public. Unexpectedly, right after I let Linda Brown go, she started attacking me online. A lengthy post not only described how harsh I had been to her over the years but also accused me of withholding commissions and other payments. The room was filled with tension as the host directed the question toward Julia.
Julia, can you share a bit about your relationship status with us today?
Julia's body tensed up, her palms sweaty, and her heartbeat anxious. The live stream's comments section exploded instantly.
So excited. Who's the lucky guy who won Julia's heart?
Could it be Alex Williams? They seemed so natural in the film, like a real couple.
Whoever Julia likes must be great. I support her no matter what.
Julia?
Julia Carter, clearly flustered, tried to maintain her elegant demeanor. To everyone's surprise, she suddenly covered her face and started crying. In a different setting, tensions were rising.
Mr. Smith, I thought Julia was the love of your life. Didn't expect you to move on so quickly.
Emily Johnson, right? Hello, I'm Samuel Johnson from Chris Evans Entertainment. Here's my card. I heard you studied directing. If you're interested in joining Chris Evans, you're always welcome.
Emily is not the kind of woman you think she is. I advise you not to have any ill intentions.
Samuel Johnson raised an eyebrow.
Oh? All right then, I have other matters to attend to. I won't disturb your reunion.
As Samuel walked away, Julia Carter lost her patience and pulled Michael aside.
What are you doing?
Michael, is there no love left between us? I made mistakes, but do you have to humiliate me like this?
Yes. There's no love left. I love Emily Johnson now.
Julia's eyes reddened, tears welling up.
I made so many mistakes before, and you forgave me. Why are you so serious this time? It must be Emily who influenced you. You used to coax me. She must be the one who ruined our relationship.
Julia wiped away her tears and charged at Emily with a fierce look. Quickly, Michael pulled Emily to his side, causing Julia to miss and fall heavily to the ground.
Emily Johnson, you wretch! How dare you influence my fiancé?
Emily released Michael's hand, walked up to Julia with a determined look, and said in an unyielding tone,
Julia Carter, Michael is mine. Whatever harm you did to him, I will return it to you in full.
Michael was stunned. Truly, Emily's acting skills surpassed those of professional actors. I didn't expect Emily Johnson to claim to be my girlfriend. But since we were putting on a show, I went along with it. I stepped forward, took Emily's hand, glanced at Julia Carter who had fallen to the ground, and left without looking back.
Mike.
Julia Carter seemed to regret it a bit. On the way back, I highly praised Emily Johnson.
You did well today, full marks for your quick thinking. But why didn't you tell me you studied directing? Being my assistant is a waste of your talent.
Emily Johnson reverted to her shy, soft-spoken self, smiling foolishly.
Actually, there are many things you don't know about me.
I didn't catch her underlying meaning. Thinking of Samuel Johnson's mischievous smile, I felt uneasy.
Emily, if Samuel Johnson gives you any trouble, just call me. I have ways to deal with him.
Mike, are you worried about me?
Of course, you're too young and don't understand many things. I'm afraid you'll suffer.
Actually, I'm not that young. I might know more than you think.
You little girl, you even know how to argue now. Just listen to me, no one knows Samuel Johnson better than I do.
Okay, Mike, do you still like Julia Carter?
I subtly changed the subject.
She wasn't like this before. It's human desires that led her to where she is now.
Is it because you can't let her go that you stopped the media from reporting the information you provided?
No, it's just not the right time yet.
Emily Johnson spoke again.
Mike, I wasn't acting earlier. I meant every word I said.
As a man who has been in the entertainment industry for years, I couldn't miss the unmistakable affection Emily Johnson had for me. Since Emily moved into my house, she had taken over almost everything. She was like a second version of my old self, making delicious food for me every day and cheering me up whenever I frowned. My happiness seemed to mean everything to her, but this shouldn't be her life. She was still young and had dreams of becoming a director. In fact, letting her join Chris Evans' company wasn't a bad idea, as their resources could help Emily go further.
Emily, you don't understand me.
No, I understand you better than anyone because you are my Mike.
To give Emily a better future after I left the industry, I accepted Samuel Johnson's proposal to play the second male lead in Julia Carter's drama.
Samuel Johnson, do you have to irritate me like this?
I'm afraid you still have feelings for Miss Carter. If you've moved on, why would you be afraid to act with her?
Fine, you win. But remember, if I take the role, you have to let Emily Johnson join Chris Evans Entertainment.
Isn't that up to you?
When I told Emily about joining the cast, she didn't seem surprised at all. Instead, she was excited.
Mike, it's my first time seeing you act live. I want to record every moment.
She made me laugh, and I playfully tapped her nose, agreeing readily.
All right, just one condition, don't wander off.
In the same set, it was inevitable for Julia Carter and me to meet every day. Seeing Emily Johnson running around taking care of me, Julia's face never looked pleased. A series of over 10 NGs made the director furious.
Julia Carter, what's wrong with you? Can you still act?
I'm sorry, director, I'm sorry.
During the break, Julia cornered me in the restroom, one hand around my neck, the other tugging at my clothes.
Mike, can you please not let Emily Johnson stay by your side? I'm jealous. I know you're doing this on purpose to upset me, right?
Julia Carter, please have some self-respect. We have broken up. If you continue this, I can accuse you of harassment.
Mike, I know you're still angry. I was wrong. I'm willing to make our relationship public. Didn't you want to propose to me? I agree, I'll marry you. I'll make a statement, so please let Emily Johnson go.
Julia Carter, I'll say it again, we are completely over.
Mike, I can't live without you. Who will take care of me? I apologize for my behavior during the live stream. I promise it will never happen again.
It's not that you can't live without me, you just can't let go of being the center of attention. I used to give up everything to take care of you because I loved you, but you don't deserve that love.
I broke free from Julia's grasp and walked out of the restroom, touching the mic on my collar. The set had heard enough. Sure enough, not long after we returned to the set, Julia was called away by Samuel Johnson. I patted Emily Johnson's head, praising her.
Good job recording.
In the following days, the female lead scenes were significantly reduced. The scriptwriter, under pressure, revised the script, and Julia soon wrapped up her filming. On the last day of shooting, there was a fight scene. Samuel Johnson came to the set under the pretext of a visit. With the big boss present, Julia behaved herself quite a bit. Despite the prop master checking everything multiple times, an accident happened during filming. A huge pillar in the studio came crashing down towards me. At the critical moment, I was forcefully pushed away by a sudden force. Julia, in an attempt to save me, was heavily crushed to the ground, and a large pool of blood spread out. Prone to fainting at the sight of blood, I immediately felt the world spinning and lost consciousness, collapsing to the ground. My last memory was of Emily Johnson crying and Samuel Johnson's panicked, guilty face. When I woke up, the first thing I saw was Emily Johnson with red, swollen eyes, and Samuel standing behind her.
Mike, you're finally awake. You scared me to death.
I shouldn't have let you take this role. I just wanted you to completely move on from Julia. I didn't expect an accident to happen.
At my signal, Samuel didn't continue.
Where is Julia? How is she?
She was sent to the hospital in time, and the surgery was very successful.
Is her leg okay?
Don't worry, it's just a fracture. She needs some time to recover.
I want to see her.
Mike, I'll go with you.
No, I'll go by myself. There are some things I want to ask her.
Loving someone for 13 years, it's impossible not to be moved at all. The host leaned forward, curiosity sparkling in her eyes.
Julia, there have been rumors about you having a long-term boyfriend. Could you share a bit about your relationship status with us today?
Julia's body tensed up, ready to react at any moment. Her palms were sweaty, her fingertips trembling slightly, and her heartbeat felt like a stone suspended in midair, each beat filled with anxious tremors. The live stream's comment section exploded instantly.
So excited. Who's the lucky guy who won Julia's heart?
Could it be Alex Williams? They seemed so natural in the film, like a real couple.
Whoever Julia likes must be great. I support her no matter what.
Julia?
The host couldn't help but prompt her. Julia tried to maintain her elegant demeanor, but to everyone's surprise, she suddenly covered her face and started crying. Julia Carter, surrounded by a whirlwind of rumors about her relationship status, was finally facing the question head-on in a live stream.
A few days ago, there were rumors that you have had a long-term boyfriend. Fans hope that amidst your busy work schedule, you can also enjoy a good life. Everyone is very concerned about your relationship status. Can you share a bit with us today?
Julia's body tensed up. Her palms were sweaty, and her fingertips trembled slightly. The live stream's comments section exploded instantly.
So excited. Who's the lucky guy who won Julia's heart?
Could it be Alex Williams? They seemed so natural in the film, like a real couple.
Whoever Julia likes must be great. I support her no matter what.
Julia?
The host couldn't help but prompt her. Julia tried to maintain her elegant demeanor but suddenly covered her face and started crying. 13 years ago, during the rise of my career, I met the innocent and lovely Julia Carter. She told me she had a serious illness and wanted to fulfill her dreams before leaving this world. From that moment, she successfully caught my attention.
Julia, I'm here for you. Let's make your dreams come true.
Since then, I spared no effort to help her achieve her dreams so she wouldn't have any regrets. For Julia Carter, I even went back to Samuel Johnson to get her opportunities. Later, I found out that the illness was just a lie to get close to me, but by then, I had already fallen in love with her. I pretended not to know and continued to secure various resources for her.
I love her, and I want to help her no matter what.
To love her, I, who didn't know how to take care of others, started learning to cook. Even if it meant losing long-awaited collaborations, I made sure she had 3 meals a day. I was willing to be a nameless backup, waiting for the day she would acknowledge me. Finally, she won the Best Actress award and said she wanted to make our relationship public. I was overjoyed and immediately went to Samuel Johnson to tell him I was getting married.
Bro, I'm ready to leave the industry.
You finally figured it out. I've told you countless times, if you want to be in this business, I can set up a company for you to play with. There's no need to be an artist. To manage Chris Evans Entertainment, I've delayed the main business of my other companies. Hurry up and take over Chris Evans Entertainment, so I can focus on my main work.
No, bro, I'm getting married. To Julia Carter.
Samuel Johnson's face changed immediately.
No, I don't agree. She's not right for you.
At that time, Samuel clearly warned me, but I didn't believe him. I resolutely customized a ring, planning to propose and reveal my identity after the award ceremony. Samuel couldn't persuade me and said he would give me a wedding gift. That's how the live stream happened. Samuel Johnson's efficiency was impressive. Soon, Julia Carter was detained on charges of intentional harm. On the day of the deposition, Samuel and Mike went to see her. Julia showed no remorse, instead using lies to showcase her acting skills.
Mr. Johnson, I'm being framed. You have to believe me. The company can't abandon me, Mr. Johnson. Mike, it wasn't me. Someone is framing me. It must be Emily Johnson. She set me up.
Julia Carter, you've been acting for so long that you probably don't know what the real world looks like anymore.
Samuel's tone was cold and unforgiving.
The company will press charges against you for intentional harm and will also sue you for breach of contract.
Mr. Johnson, I didn't harm the company. How could I harm the company?
Samuel glanced at Mike and said coldly,
But you almost caused serious harm to the owner of Star Entertainment.
The confusion in Julia's eyes grew stronger. Samuel, frustrated, kicked Mike lightly.
You've almost been seriously harmed, and you're still clinging to this?
Julia Carter, let me reintroduce myself. My name is Chris Evans, stage name Michael Smith, and I am the head of Star Entertainment.
Julia's facial expression was the funniest thing Mike had seen all year. Worried that the sentence for intentional harm might be too short, after leaving the police station, Mike called George Anderson and the legal team at Star Entertainment.
Release the previous chat records, transfer records, and audio materials to the public. Along with Julia Carter's case, let's also push forward with Linda Brown's case.
Once again, there was a massive online backlash, but this time the target was Julia Carter. Perhaps she had made too many enemies before, and soon there were numerous revelations from various sources.
Hashtag Julia Carter clings to married veteran actor hashtag.
Hashtag Julia Carter chases male co-star during filming hashtag.
Julia Carter's former assistant and first agent also posted statements.
Julia was capricious and difficult to serve, often verbally abusing her assistants.
She secretly took competing advertisements and deceived her agent to exploit legal loopholes.
They revealed that Julia had lost her temper on set, used foul language, and was dissatisfied with her treatment compared to other actors, acting like a diva and missing work without reason, causing great dissatisfaction among the crew. All sorts of private matters were exposed, and Julia Carter's reputation plummeted. Her dream of staying in the entertainment industry was over. Later, I heard that Julia Carter went to court with her second agent, who accused her of taking a $1 million fee but breaching the contract by not filming the agreed movie, demanding she return the fee and compensate for the losses. My grievances were finally cleared, and many producers and directors extended offers to me, but I declined them all. Because if I didn't take care of Chris Evans Entertainment, Samuel Johnson would shut it down. His gaming company was about to go public, and he had no time to manage a small entertainment company. I chose to leave the industry and took over Chris Evans Entertainment, placing Emily Johnson in the company.
Mike, your name has been cleared. Congratulations.
You've been hard to find lately. Have you got your eye on another artist? Tell me, and I'll help you.
Would you really help me?
Of course, a promise is a promise.
This person.
Emily pointed at me, her expression unchanged. I arranged to meet Samuel Johnson again, this time for Emily Johnson.
What's with the long face? Is Chris Evans Entertainment going bankrupt? That would be great.
Bro, what do you think of Emily Johnson? Samuel Johnson seemed to sense some gossip and immediately became alert.
Are you planning to marry her?
No, I want to introduce her to someone better.
No need.
What do you mean?
You really don't know?
Know what? Just tell me.
Do you remember our childhood neighbor, Mr. Williams?
Mom and Dad's old friend, the CEO of Shuwa Appliances?
Emily Johnson is Mr. Williams' daughter, the little girl who used to follow you around.
Her? Mr. Williams' company is even bigger than yours. Why would Emily work as an artist assistant? Samuel Johnson's expression became intriguing, and he teased.
I really don't know how you've survived in the entertainment industry all these years, still as clueless as ever. Why do you think Emily Johnson ended up applying to be an artist assistant at your agency?
It turns out that during those years when I was focused on others, there was always someone behind me with only me in her eyes. She was the one who sent me birthday gifts every year, Emily Johnson. She was the first to contact my brother when I got into trouble, and together they protected me. The short film Samuel Johnson had someone follow Julia Carter to shoot was filmed by Emily Johnson. Not only that, Emily Johnson quietly collected a lot of evidence against Julia Carter while by my side. The exposé on social media was also her doing. She even sought out Julia Carter's former assistant and agent, thoroughly exposing Julia Carter's wrongdoings. She did what she said she would, returning every hurt Julia Carter caused me. I finally understood what she meant by that sentence.
Actually, there are many things you don't know about.
She indeed knew me better than anyone because she was the little girl who always followed me around, and I was her Mike. I told Samuel Johnson that I wanted to marry Emily Johnson. Samuel looked at me sideways, with a hint of provocation.
Are you sure?
Absolutely.
You rascal, she's perfect for you.
With Samuel's help, I secretly planned a grand proposal for Emily Johnson, kneeling on one knee in front of Mr. and Mrs. Williams. Long ago, a little boy promised the little girl who followed him everywhere that he would always take care of her. Now he's grown up and is here to fulfill that promise. Will you accept his care? Emily's eyes shone with determination as she nodded, tears streaming down her cheeks and dripping onto the back of my hand.
I will.
I took her hand and slowly slipped the ring onto her finger. At that moment, Emily burst into tears. I seemed to see that little girl who used to follow me around, crying her heart out. This time, I won't lose you again.